Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome everybody to this podcast. I forgot it for a second. You can't sit with this podcast. I am Hex's Damon. This is a Ka Damon. That is Raz T Slasher.
I'm Rad.
Rad T Slasher. And there is well, I was thinking about this in my head, but I was like, how am I gonna say this? I was like, well, there's Mama Jones right there.
Mama Joe. I am the Flavor Aid aficionado.
What the heck?
Right?
I just duplicated on accident.
You're
Why does it keep duplicating?
Back out of that, please. She created a virus. It's going through everything.
Oh,
It's all because of the Flavor Aid.
Yeah.
That's Flavor Aid, man. Or share, you know.
I think I'm just
No.
going to talk like this tonight.
Yeah.
It was more.
Do you sell monkeys?
It was more.
Do I sell monkeys? No, but I
door to
do
door.
sell Flavor Aid. Because I'm a cheap ass.
You almost sound California.
No, that's your sign.
Dude.
Du hast?
Duhash mesh.
Du hast mich?
I thought she was going to ask me where her car was for a second.
Dude, where's my car?
Dude. Sweet.
I think one of these days we should actually just have an episode where we all
Try to
change
do
the-
each other's accents?
change the pitch. And that's not fair. Our
Okay,
accents
dude.
are easy to do.
Oh my god, like
They're-
I don't
it's
know.
fun. But we stay in that pitch, but we act like nothing's happening. Like we act like we don't even recognize that we're in a higher pitch.
I can
I don't
And
think
just
I could
do a
do it.
serious episode, no jokes at all.
I don't
Just
think I
that.
could do it.
Be amazing.
I
I'm
could
seriously,
copy
I'm
your
going this way all night long.
Here's exactly how Hexus sounds. Ready? California. Tacos.
California tacos. Y'all want some tacos?
I mean, yeah. I do.
You sound like an angry vegetable.
I am an angry vegetable. Oh my god!
I think that's artichoke.
See, I don't think we could do this for an entire show because I'd be laughing the entire damn time.
I think that Jim Jones heard everybody in this voice. That's why he was so angry at the end.
Well, I do have a little bit of information about him as far as he thought like people looked at him directly. The reason that he wore the glasses, because he said that when people looked at him directly, it made his eyes burn. But really, it was just because he was doing drugs.
It was methamphetamines that were making his eyes burn.
That's definitely some
That's a good way to do it.
methed up shit right there.
Oh, so let's get real fast. Let's get this out of the way.
Meth.
Everyone who's watching right now, yeah, we are live, but this is our podcast, so we will get the comments when you pay us, and that is that. We'll get the comments when we certain intervals and stuff like that when we take a break from the notes and everything. That's just that way it keeps everything flowing, opposed to checking comments every other second, because this is our podcast, not a live feed that we normally do.
Right.
So yeah,
I'm ordering McDonald's. Just letting y'all know.
And
And
I'm
I kept-
taking these off so I can see.
Wait,
I want
It kept telling me
Oh my
not
God, my
available.
eyes are
not
burning.
available.
you're ordering McDonald's. I feel like we're doing the wrong show because I remember that a chit chat we did where Vice just sat there and ordered McDonald's and we were all
From
putting in our orders. That was fantastic.
Oh, that's right.
Well,
No, I think
I never received my order.
wasn't that like actually? I don't think was that the show.
That was Aki
Was
chit
it show?
chat.
I thought we were. Oh no, that was one of the nights we were.
No,
all
that we were
stoned.
live.
No, there was another night we were all stoned and like it was like 3 a.m. playing Words Against Humanity.
Oh,
And then
Cards
Vice-
Against Humanity.
Cards
We got
Against
to do
Humanity.
that. We got to do that. Actually, that's been a request again.
Yeah, I'd love to do that.
Right?
Before we get a lot farther, there is something we got to get out of the way too. So if you like all the fun things that we do with our soundboards, like the voices, the sound effects, etc., and also speaking of podcasts, if you want to start your own or just upgrade your equipment, you'll notice we use the Mayonocaster. All of us either already do or are in the process of getting one ourselves. It's a fantastic board. It's clear. It's easy to set up. You can use it on your computer, with your phone, pretty much with any device you can imagine. So if you want to get a discount on that through us because we're equally awesome, you can use the code. It's going to be all in caps. It's P Bunny DC. P Bunny DC. And that's going to get you 10% off, guys. So make sure you go right
What?
you put that in.
I can tell you guys this right now. These things are extremely durable too. I spilt.
He's dumped water on it.
I practically
you
put
play
this
self
thing
defense,
under the
actually.
ocean.
live.
Yeah.
I put this thing
It
under
was
the
like
ocean.
the rain in Spain falls
Yeah.
mainly on Frank's board.
There is a video that we need to cut that out so everyone sees what happens and sees the
Yeah.
oh shit moment. But it did not miss a beat at all through at all. And I dunked this thing practically. And it did not miss a beat. Didn't mess up the sound, didn't go quiet or anything like that, and all the lights kept working properly.
In fact,
I dumped a cup of water out of it the next day. No
when
joke.
we have some people coming out here,
Mhm.
we will probably be hooking up both of them and utilizing the one that we sent 20 leagues under the sea.
Yeah, it's still over there. Still works.
It still works.
Well, the great thing about this thing too is how compact it is. And when I say compact, that is not like in any way cutting down on like just the quality of it. It is specifically geared. Mayono specifically gears their components for gaming, podcasting, like on did social media, digital type components and things like that. So like if you're doing cons and things like that, you're doing shows at cons or like some sort of you're going to be giving some sort of like what's the word I'm looking at, some sort of talk or something like that. These things have like a 4-hour battery. They plug in with a C connector like a lot of the phones do. They hook up phones, tablets, computers, you name it. And you can take it with you. I mean, like seriously, you could have like a gym bag and take this thing with you.
If you look at a lot of the comments on like different websites that sell the board, like Amazon and things like that, you'll see actually where people have dropped them downstairs and hooked them right up in the board. And guys, I did music for 13 years, radio for 6 years, podcasting for like 8 years, and out of every board I've ever seen used, there's nothing like this one. You got to go out and get it, like for sure.
Yeah, agreed.
Yep. They are very affordable too. Very. Actually, I think these ones, the ones that we're using right now, last time I saw them at Amazon, or was it the actual main website? I think they went from 160 or 170 down to 130. And actually, you get a mic and an XLR mic, a nice. That's this nice voice you're hearing coming through right now. You get that.
But if you order through Amazon, they will. You've got to order through a Mayono in order to use our 10% discount. But yeah, you're right, Hexus. I think I paid $169 plus tax, tag, and title, which you're gonna pay. But
y'all know I'm poor.
Look at that compared to like just one soundboard with another, with other companies. You're talking extremely affordable.
Yeah, I think I've seen other companies starting off at like right now, 800. I think
Something like that. Yeah,
I'm rounding up from 799, 8 to whatever. These are really geared toward starting up a podcast, and then you can keep them. It's very much pro level.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
They do have different versions, different styles of
Yeah.
them as well.
Mhm.
So if you wanted to upgrade within their company, you
List of
always
components,
can.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
the best part is that this lower end one of theirs is so high quality that
Mhm.
it helps you get started.
And I'll be honest with you, I'm perfectly satisfied with this one.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, I don't.
That's
mean,
what she said.
Ah.
Haha.
So let's talk about selling monkeys.
Let's talk about all the sexual escapades that Jim Jones got into, and he actually did get into a lot of sexual escapades.
Mhm.
Where are our notes?
Microsoft Word. By the way, guys, if you want to up your writing game, Microsoft Word. I'm just kidding.
I use it for writing aid actually with Microsoft Word and everywhere. I'll see if I can get them to promote us next.
Right? Oh, dude, if we can get. I mean,
I've been trying to get Dr. Pepper to sponsor me for quite some time, and it still hasn't worked. I did try to get Coca-Cola Starlight, and then they did away with Starlight, so I think
and
they
that was
just hate
actually
me.
good.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sorry, Coca-Cola Dreamland is not good. Bring back Starlight and sponsor me.
Look, if we can get sponsored, here's the thing: if we can get sponsored by Coca-Cola Starlight,
Always Coca-Cola.
Cactus Cooler,
Yes.
the WWE, and
WWE ice cream bars. 'Cause I love
yeah,
it.
and
Cthulhu
Vivid,
coffee.
yep, and Vivid Entertainment. If we can get, I mean, if we can get those sponsors,
I'm down. I'm down.
I think I've made it.
I don't even think they like sponsored Joe Rogan, so we've got a long way to go.
Rhea Ripley, I love you. I just wanted to let you know.
Actually, technically, Joe Rogan right now works for. He could be. Oh my God, I'm scrolling out in Raz, but check this out. Joe Rogan could commentate a WWE event now.
Yeah,
because Endeavor, who owns UFC, owns WWE now, and Joe Rogan can go. Oh, that would be my dream to see that right there.
there is some one Jim Jones thing I want to get out of the way because I know it's a very, very, very tiny part, and I doubt anyone else is going to touch on it. It's his boxing career. Not a lot of people know this, but he was actually like really getting into boxing when he was younger.
Yes,
and like all the way up until the very end, he actually was super into boxing. He actually retired because he knocked out 900 people with one punch.
I couldn't contain myself. That's why I was like, yes.
I had to get it out of the way. It's my favorite. It's my favorite of the joke.
So,
who wants to start?
hey, you know what? I'm going to start with one thing here because, guys, I know that we're going to be joking around a lot because this guy was a fucking nut, okay?
Mhm.
And he deserves to be made fun of. But there is one. Who edited my ticker?
It wasn't me this time. I only randomly move things around.
There we go. Somebody added they changed my freaking suicide hotline thing. Somebody added a new one. And I'm sorry, but I'm deleting it because there's no need for it because there's already multiples.
And who isn't present here? No, I'm just kidding.
That might have been the one we had.
I will say this while you're updating your ticker there. One of the things I don't think a lot of people realize is that Jim Jones, in what he did at Jonestown, killing around 900 people, that was like the biggest thing, like as far as death up until 9/11.
Yeah.
When it came to something like that.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah.
So that kind of gives you the scale and perspective of how bad it was.
They were coming off the Vietnam War, and that literally was more shocking, I think, to America than the Vietnam War.
Oh, yeah.
And mind you, that alone, yeah, that was something that really also. I mean, we talked about them on the first episode. Was Rocktario and the Anthill Kids. What got people really looking at the Anthill Kids was Jonestown.
Right.
after the mass suicide and everything.
It was actually called revolutionary suicide.
Yeah.
That was the term. That was actually the term that was that they themselves, the People's Temple themselves, the inner circle that had orchestrated the mass suicide, were
Mhm.
calling it a revolutionary suicide. And yes, they're God. Okay, guys, I'm gonna just put this out there. What I was gonna say earlier. It's look, we are going to be talking a lot about suicide tonight, but not everybody killed themselves.
Right.
Oh no, only 300 out of the 900
900.
that they killed themselves. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, he
More than-
murdered.
he
Let me
murdered
repeat that. He
300.
murdered 300 people, but more than likely, he murdered. What he
He
murdered them through.
technically murdered all of them.
He murdered them through brainwashing them and stuff like that.
He told them, "My children, it's time. It's time to do this. Our
Well,
plans are coming," and it was all on
I've got his
repeat.
quote right here. I was about to read it. Real
Go for it.
fast. So he actually said, and this is the reason why I know I made the joke here, and I'm very proud of myself for the title of this. It just popped in my head last night. I totally was not under any influence of edibles or whatnot. I was clean and sober last night when I came up with this. Do you guys believe that?
No.
But
You shouldn't, because he ate all my leftovers in the middle of the night.
I don't believe it.
fucking hell, man. That Mediterranean food was so good.
I wouldn't know.
The tzatziki was great.
I wouldn't know.
I took the the pita and rolled it up, and then I was dipping it in the tzatziki. That's
I
how
am going
stoned
to
I was.
enjoy eating this burger in
But-
front of you.
Yeah, Flavor Aid, the Jonestown Experience. It was mostly making fun of him. That's why I wrote it that
Mhm.
way and everything. But the actual his quote that I put up there was actually something that just stuck in my head. I lost it. He said before, this was actually about a few hours before everything really started to happen. I've tried my best to give you a good life. In spite of all that, I've tried. A handful of our people, with their lies, have made our life impossible. There's no way to detach ourselves from what's happened today. This is actually right when I want to say the senator and everybody was shot at the airport. That's when he started all this.
Right.
So,
I have actually got those on tape somewhere. I'm looking right now, and I don't know what I've done with them.
I have one of them.
well, there's a lot to go through on it though, because each tape is like that. You see right there, they're 45
Oh
minutes
god,
long.
yeah, but it's
an
got
hour long.
that part of the speech in it.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is, and speaking of wrestling though, have you noticed though, I know we've been talking about Dusty or Cody Rhodes lately, but his father, when you juxtapose Jim Jones' voice at the end when he was so drugged out and everything was going on, he sounded just like the American Dream,
I
Dusty
agree.
Rhodes. They both sound exactly alike.
It's creepy. It's
That's crazy.
And both very charismatic people can hold a crowd. No joke. It's weird. So,
Well, I'm finding Manson, but I'm not finding Jim Jones. Isn't that awful?
I do have video of him. So when we do one that's not a podcast, I will bring up video eventually of of him preaching. Because I do have video of him preaching.
him preaching early on in the people's, I was about to say the people's temple. Oh,
You're right.
there you go. Him preaching on, I don't know why the Rock popped in my head. I am watching way
The
too much wrestling right
people's
now.
eyebrow. Him preaching in the people's eyebrow.
Him preaching with the people's elbow. Him would be so. I'm sorry. I probably would have joined the cult if that was part of it.
Definitely.
But
I'll
him
join the
preaching
album part of it.
early on in the People's Temple, they were actually, it was very what, altruistic. Is that how you would say that?
Well,
Like it was very, or am I using that word wrong?
no, I mean I get what you're trying to say by altruistic, but I think
But he was very giving to the community. He was
yeah,
very much
he
took
was
care of people. It's just,
but he was still a malignant narcissist.
Oh, he very much was.
Oh, yeah.
And very much infatuated with
there's-
death.
I mean,
There's
actually,
another
the
term,
church
actually.
was thought of very highly there for a while.
Oh yeah.
there's another term.
Well, while you're looking that up, I'll say this real fast. One of the things he did for a person of color back then, this old lady, who's in Indiana. I think we'll probably get to it later on in the notes. He went out of his way to be an activist with her and go after her lights weren't working. The
This is
city
her.
was taking forever to come out.
Yeah.
They were to fix anything in her house. It was him who got the government, everyone, the city to actually fix her electricity, fix whatever electrical problems they had in her house. That's how he was a narcissist. But at the same time, if he would have just, I don't know, taken a step to the right or left or whatever, he probably would have went down the road of and we would be actually doing a show on him on all the good stuff he did. You
Mhm.
know,
Right.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, and we've got to remember too, and not to kind of get us back on where we need to be, but there may be a lot of people out in the audience that really just don't know who Jim Jones is, because technically that was kind of a long
It was a
time
while
ago.
ago.
It
You
was-
know,
was
so
it-
if we want to like explain to people that don't know who Jim Jones is and what he did, we may want to do that.
Jones was a very naughty man.
I
So
think.
here, I can actually do that myself on here.
Do you want to do comments real fast?
N-
Say hi, or do you want to just get into this?
Hi everybody.
Hi, everybody. We see you in the comments. Hi.
That's why I brought this up. Welcome everybody. This is our podcast, so please understand that we'll probably not be getting to a lot of the comments. We will get to them in intervals. So I guess since it was brought up, we will say hello to everybody that we do
Sorry.
see. Hi Mike Phelps, how are you? Hello Jenny, how are you? Hello Calvin, our most
Calvin.
loyal of people, of bunnies.
Star Bunny extraordinaire.
Calvin.
Star Bunny extraordinaire.
Calvin's been around since the start, I think.
Damn right he has.
Mm-hmm.
And when he found out that he's the same age as my dad, he now likes to say, "Okay, kiddos." Yay!
Yay.
Hello, Beth Smith. Hello. Yes, we love Cody Rhodes too. Although Roman Reigns, I don't give a shit, is still my favorite guy. I like in wrestling at this moment.
Let's not get started on this. We have like an hour and a half. to get through.
Undertaker will always be my hands down favorite, no matter what. But as far as like the current, I still love the bloodline. I still love Roman Reigns, even though I really do agree Cody Rhodes should have won.
Did you watch any highlights from Raw last night, Raz?
Not yet. I'm going to after the show actually.
Okay.
Real fast. You could hear Sikoa and KO in the middle of their match because they had the cameras too close. You could hear them calling the moves, and you could tell they were working really well together. And then when they get to a certain part, that's when they would start screaming. Sikoa, Solo.
Oh, okay.
The Usos, they're real little brother in life. Yeah.
Is what I
And
was
to
thinking of,
answer
like,
Jenny's question real quick, I'm good in the new place. I'll be talking about that more on Sunday.
Yay.
cool. All right, I'm gonna
All right,
actually leave
all
this
right.
comment up for now, unless we have a little banner of it. No, we need the suicide banner.
It's fine. Just put that up.
Okay, so let's get into this, guys. Before I have to go grab some McDonald's at the door. So James Warren Jones, born May 13th, 1931, and died November 18th, 1978, was an American preacher, political activist, and mass murderer who led the People's Temple, which was a doomsday cult between 1955 and 1978. In what he called revolutionary suicide, Jones and the members of his inner circle orchestrated a mass murder suicide in his remote jungle commune at Jonestown, Guyana, on November 18th, 1978. Jones and the events that occurred at Jonestown have had a defining influence on society's perception of cults to this day. As a child, Jones developed an affinity for Pentecostalism and a desire to preach. He was ordained as a Christian minister in the Independent Assemblies of God, attracting his first group of followers while participating in the Pentecostal Latter Rain movement and the healing revival during the 50s. Jones' initial popularity arose from his joint campaign appearance with the movement's prominent leaders William Branham and Joseph Matson Bonds, and their endorsement of his ministry. Jones founded the organization that would later become the People's Temple in Indianapolis in 1955. And in 1956, Jones began to be influenced by Father Divine and the Peace Mission movement.
He was a character. I read some stuff on
He
him.
really was. Dude.
Yeah, we can always actually go in more in depth on Father Divine.
I actually would like that at some point. I know we got other episodes to do on the side here after Jonestown, but
I
would
wouldn't have
love
the
to.
hilarity of my wife just in the background walking up and down the stairs with one of my cats like trailing behind her. That was Howard Philip Lovecraft on the stairs following her up and down.
HPL, we love you.
I'll probably move the camera next time.
HPL, we love you. I don't give a shit.
Why am I envisioning
Might actually see Crowley at some
Triple
point too. Who knows?
H, Triple H with the tentacles for a beard opposed to just his regular
down
beard?
with
HPL. That would be awesome. Sorry.
Instead of Triple H.
Yeah, it'd be Triple HPL.
Triple H.
Okay, that's good. We need to copyright that right now.
And the
I'm
Peace
sorry.
Mission.
I'm scrolling out so bad.
Yes, you are. All right, but it gave me time to write down Father Divine and the Peace Mission movement.
I
So,
know. I saw what you
Jones Jones distinguished himself through civil rights activism, as Hexus over here had mentioned, founding the temple as a fully integrated congregation and promoting socialism.
Well, you can't
In
win them all.
yeah,
I mean,
he actually
it's
called it
way.
apolistic socialism, I believe.
Well, the funny thing is it was they very much was socialist. And regardless, I mean, people they did good things. They earlier on they did good things, but when they started losing money, like early on too, that's when Jim Jones started looking at guys with a lot of money, and because he
Well-
realized it wasn't the socialist aspect of things wasn't working so well for him.
Socialism
business-
never works so well. Nobody ever
Never the
wants
way
to
that
learn
they
that.
plan. Okay, I understand that there
It
are
only works in a family unit.
there are social programs that integrate into any society well,
Yes.
but
That's true.
promoting full socialism doesn't seem to ever work. And
It's like communism. Like the concept of like true communism is super interesting. The second anyone tries it, it's ruined in 5 seconds anyway.
yeah,
so.
yeah, exactly. The idea
And
behind
then you have
it,
villages like eating people.
yeah,
For
I
real.
mean,
I'm not opposed
the
to
idea,
cannibalism.
like theoretically, when the idea behind it was actually altruistic and theoretically it was like, man, everybody can live good. That's not what happens because there always has to be a leader.
Mhm.
So
And
you
what
cannot-
happens when you have a leader with a bunch of people once it gets to a certain point? You
There's-
have
Yep.
someone
Yeah.
that wants power,
Yeah.
more
And
power,
they-
and more
it's
power,
fucking
and
and more.
they want definite power. They want they want the
Question.
power.
That's what I want to actually was gonna say. If anything, you guys take from the next few episodes, groupthink is bad.
Yeah.
And
Very.
Echo chambers.
all you good people
Whew.
out there who are watching this or will watch this, I just want you to repeat with me: groupthink is bad. And just keep doing it. Groupthink is bad.
And think for yourself.
Echo chambers
yourself.
bad. Think for yourself, guys.
That joke didn't work out.
That's why it's so many people. We're all cult leaders.
It's yeah.
Why did you just mute yourself?
Who?
Me?
Yes.
He's carrying on two conversations right now.
People are walking up and down the stairs and walking right over above
Oh,
me.
it
and I'm
doesn't
just
bother
okay,
us.
Okay. I was just trying to be thoughtful. That's all.
I appreciate it, but I was like more distracted by that than anything.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
all
Now, if I need to cough here in a minute, I'm gonna mute. So I
That
don't kill
makes
you.
sense.
No.
no, you have to cough into the microphone. You're all
I will be coughing profusely in a moment.
So, as I had mentioned, Jones had distinguished himself through civil rights activism and making the temple fully integrated for the congregation. But he was also promoting socialism. In 1964, Jones joined and was ordained a minister by the disciples of Christ. His attraction to the disciples was largely due to the autonomy and tolerance that they granted to differing views within their denomination. In 65, Jones moved the temple to California. The group established its headquarters in San Francisco, which somehow does not shock me whatsoever that San Francisco was all about it, where he became heavily involved in political and charitable activity through the 70s.
The crazy thing is their compound was up in Eureka.
Yeah.
So, and that's where, like, it was
Eureka's
actually in the
Castle.
woods. Huh?
Eureka's Castle.
Eureka's
Eureka's
Castle.
I love
Eureka,
Well,
California.
let's be honest. They only
I
made the
remember that with
Eureka's
Magellan the
Castle.
dragon.
and the rubber puppet toys they had at Pizza Hut when the show came out for the longest time.
Yeah.
I think they moved to San Francisco because Jim Jones was like super into rice-a-roni. That's the San Francisco
think
treat.
so.
if I recall.
It is the San Francisco treat.
Well, there's some other
The
stuff.
San
with San
Francisco
tree.
So, no, that's called the San Francisco surprise.
That's another conversation.
Surprise, but that
Surprise.
Surprise butt sex. I just heard
Surprise, butt sex.
it.
About
No,
died
no,
very
I'm sorry.
recently.
Oh,
That's
weird.
the San Francisco howdy.
We might as well just did that in our stereotypic Italian accent.
Well,
Everything we just said right there.
San
No.
Francisco fries.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All
For the record, surprise butt sex in San Francisco is just the San Francisco howdy.
Okay, all right.
It's nothing like a Houdini. That's a whole other different thing.
The San Francisco treat is a little something extra.
It was cocaine
Lots of cocaine.
on the trolley.
We're Californians. We're allowed to joke like this.
Yeah. Jones developed connections.
well,
with
we should have just offended everybody equally. I mean,
I know, right?
And that's my goal in life.
Fuck it. We already went this far.
I was going to say something horrible, but I'm not going to.
No. If you
you
guys want to
definitely
hear the real horrible stuff, we'll put it up. We'll do a special show on our website
on our website. Yeah.
where no one can take us down.
I was just going to be like, there is a clan up there that I have hung out with. They're the Lickalotopus clan. And
By hang out, what do you mean? I'm curious.
they're really awesome. They're great people.
What
We had a lot of fun.
you had a lot of fun.
The thing is, there's a joke behind this.
Do
and she would
tell.
tell you, but it's kind of inappropriate, and also the punchline is too long.
Yeah. Okay, God damn it. Okay.
That's how we make Akia blush in a second, right there.
This is also how we get a 7-day ban.
Why do we hang out with a certain group of
Just
ladies?
them.
What's going on here?
So, Jones developed connections with prominent California politicians and was appointed a chairman of the San Francisco Housing Authority. How terrifying is that?
That was a choice.
Like,
He's
how
related to
fucking...
Nancy Pelosi.
She got all our ideas from him.
No, but Newsom is.
These kind of hits people are taking. I would worry there's some kind of relation to Nancy Kerrigan.
So, well,
This is also when they're up in Eureka. This is the backside of them coming down. I mean, they peaked, and then he went off to Brazil, and then he almost lost control, and now they're on the decline. And this is Eureka is when Eureka, their compound there. That's when they started doing punishments and stuff like that.
well, so at the beginning in the late 60s, reports of abuse began to surface as Jones became increasingly vocal in his rejection of traditional Christianity and began promoting a form of communism called apostolic. I said it properly earlier. Apostolic.
You said a puss. I can't ignore that.
Pussy.
A pussy. I'm sorry.
That reminds me of that scene
Apostolic.
in Howard Stern,
Apostolic.
Private
So-
Art,
Apostolic
the words that are offending
socialism.
what she said.
Apostolic socialism.
Well, you don't like apostolic.
Oh, I do, huh?
Oh, I could be way worse than this, sir.
I mean, you can go fuck yourself.
You suck at this. Wait, oh, we were gonna see. Oh, should we play the game?
I'm so sad.
Oh.
Who do we think this is?
Wait, hold on. Okay, I just want to make sure I wasn't developing feelings all of a sudden. I'm good.
Okay.
What? Huh?
What?
Who do you think this is?
If you came to
Okay,
Heckle,
I'm
you
good.
came to the wrong place, my friend, because we are way better at it than you are.
Right, you suck at this.
Well, I mean,
Whatever.
I tell you what, if someone can name that troll, I will send you
Or
a
who
pack
we think it
of
is.
Flavor Aid.
If
I will
anybody,
send you a pack of Flavor Aid.
if
Yes!
anybody who knows ex-members and any of the ex-members
If
and
you could
knows
tell
the
us
stories,
who.
if you can message us on the side, this is actually we're being 100% serious.
Oh, here we
right
go. Here we go.
now. If
back.
if you can figure out who this is,
They've actually managed to jump from page to page. So
Yes, and they
obviously-
look,
you
they've
know
got
what?
their 30 seconds of like, you know,
I'll connect
Thing
with
number
this.
one, they can't type, and they have
being
very
a superstar.
half the internet, half the people behind computers.
So, but what I'm saying about this contest here, look, if you guys can name, if you get close to what we're thinking who this troll is,
Yeah.
we will send you guys merch.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, the word is from, my friend.
Oh yeah. I mean,
From
it's cool. You could jump from page to page. Thank you for the view.
yeah, just keep blocking them.
I appreciate
Yes,
it.
you are
All
helping
you're
with the
doing
views.
is
Thank
views
you
right
very
now.
I
much.
haven't had to use the ban hammer in forever. This
I
is
love
fucking
this.
great.
I love this.
So, guys, Harley Quinn. You just put it up in the video. When you guys go back and please watch the replay of this. This troll right here, if it's close to what we think the troll is, we'll send you merch.
Yeah,
and maybe name them. Who knows?
Oh, you know what?
Maybe
honestly,
we could use that as a discount code.
I like this. I'll connect with
Harley Quinn
this.
as a discount code.
They're on our side.
that's written so badly. Not only do I not know what they mean, it makes my eyes bleed.
All right, I'm actually starting to figure out who this is now. some dude from New Jersey with terrible fucking grammar.
He bought his mom a
Oh
penis
man,
necklace.
family llama ding dong. Is that who that is?
Llama ding dong.
So, all right,
All right, so he got his 30 seconds of
he
fame.
got his 30 seconds
Anyway.
of fame. He's gonna be
All
on our
right.
Spotify, all this other stuff. People are
Oh,
gonna go
family llama ding dong.
Okay.
Is your mom liking the penis necklace? I'm sure you'll bounce around to one of our other things. So
And he said,
I
"We suck
figured-
at this." Sounds like she sucks at it.
okay.
Okay, we got to get on with this.
Sorry.
So we were at
Yes, but in the
apostolic
words of Sasha Grey.
socialism.
In the words,
In the words of Sasha Grey. Okay. Let's do this.
Everybody wave bye to Michelle. Bye, Michelle.
are we making gagging noises with Raz's wife walking in the background?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
Can't hear
Michelle.
I think Harley Quinn is right. We do suck at this.
Somebody's sucking something, but
Fucking hell, man. All right. We got to get on with this. This is going to turn into 10 episodes now.
oh shit, I think my food's here.
You got something right here.
I'm
Right.
sorry.
Right.
Shit.
Here, I'll go get
Did
it.
I?
Isn't that when you're supposed to do like that, like hair gel?
Yeah.
Hold on, my hair's greasy right now.
We're super serial right now, guys. We got
I'm
to.
totally cereal.
We're going to be talking about like mass suicide here in a second.
I'm so totally cereal. All right, douche canoeing. And now back to the regularly scheduled program.
Yes.
So it was a form of communism that he called apostolic socialism. You're welcome. And and making claims of his own divinity. So this is when things really started spiraling. Hi, Andy.
Hi,
Sorry,
Andrew.
I hadn't had the chance to say hi. So Jones became progressively more controlling of his followers in the People's Temple, which at its peak had over 3,000 members. Jones' followers engaged in a communal lifestyle in which many turned over all of their income and property to, guess who? You're going to be shocked. The Rice-A-Roni people. No, Jones and the People's Temple.
I thought it was gonna be sausage
No.
or something like that.
It was Pepperidge Farm. because
Pepperidge
Pepperidge
Farms.
Farm remembers.
Pepperidge Farms, remember?
I remember everything.
Do you remember?
Pepperidge
And then it just
Farm.
spans to a camera looking at Danzig right in the face, and he's all, "I'm members." Whoa. Sorry, the edible's really kicking in.
Well, then it goes to James Hetfield, and he just goes,
Yeah.
Question. Has anyone in San Francisco accidentally snorted like the Rice-A-Roni mix instead of cocaine?
I thought you said push it.
Oh no! I'm imagining him just like sneezing and coughing, like just noodles come out, like
Sir.
dumb noodles.
Instead of questions.
Whoa. We're gonna have to stop here for a second. Raz, Rice-A-Roni, that is our word. Okay? You cannot use that.
You know what?
That
You
is
have
our
taco.
word. Yes, we have. Thank you, Raz. That is our word as well.
And we have peaches and peanuts. I claim peaches and peanuts.
You know what? I feel like I should. I feel like I need to say this real fast.
Same horror,
Yeah,
serial
go.
killers, aliens, Bigfoot. I mean, I could.
You got them all up there.
Are we just gonna get? We're
Hold on.
We're gonna draw lines on Bigfoot. We share Bigfoot.
Hold on. So before people really come after me, I'm bisexual. People who are gay and half gay like me.
And she will bisexually wreck ya.
I will bisexually. Hector, I will bisexually wreck you.
It depends on what you're buying me.
But so, I just wanted to let you guys know this. There's a reason. Like, generally, I don't put this out there because it's nobody's fucking business. But since people get all butthurt, you do know that us queer people tend to make fun of ourselves, right?
Just to
Rice-A-Roni.
just do reference, just for the audio side of this, we were making reference to a troll that just popped up into our chat.
Yeah, and just because I wanted to clarify. I'm like, us queer
Is
people
it
tend
still
to
Haggy
make fun of
Twin?
ourselves.
Oh
Maybe.
no, Harley Quinn's gone. Yeah, we
Oh.
finally
I
got
just
unblocked.
wanted to clarify something because I was like, that could have come off. My jokes could have come off wrong, and I'm like,
You know what? We are an 18 plus. If this
Yeah.
person was able to get in, either he was lying to YouTube or he has a lack of
Oh.
coping skills. So
Oh,
he's
obviously
fine.
they
She's
do.
fine. Whoever it is, they're adults.
I'm a little
Yeah,
worried.
They can't deal with it, and they can just move on.
because they made the jump from one page to another, right? I thought
Yeah.
that they were in for the long game and that we were going to get some like repeated jokes in on this, and then they just
I
kind of gave
know.
up, and I'm let down.
I
I
was
am. I'm
waiting for
disappointed.
extra here. That I'm sure somebody will come back.
I'm still bothered by the grammar. I'm gonna be stuck on that.
Oh,
for
I'm going to
tonight.
be bothered that
He's
for
just gonna be twitching his eye periodically.
I get really annoyed with
When I
grammar.
get my teaching certificate, I'm going to like put screenshots of this stuff and say, "This is how you don't use
Troll
grammar."
people.
I am so okay. I'll tell you guys right now. I'm actually being 100% serious. I am so paranoid of grammar that when I go to post anything on Facebook, I'll double, triple, quadruple. I am so OCD about rereading my stuff
Oh,
to make
shit.
sure.
You know, Pro
So-
Writing Aid also works with social media, Discord, even StreamYard chat.
Do you guys want to go to a commercial?
Yeah.
Sorry.
What did I just do? Okay.
It's all-
Who's all goodbye? Click.
Buy our stuff.
Goodbye.
Buy our stuff.
We're all-
If I can find it. We'll be back. This will be a really long commercial.
Found Cassidy, you are found guilty of witchcraft. You are found guilty. You are found guilty. Witchcraft. You are found guilty. Hello, all you beautiful people out there. It's your boy Sleepy. And when I'm not guzzling down gallons and gallons of amazing ice cream, yes, oh, I love ice cream. Oh, hang on. I'm watching PBDC TV. Now, back to the show, all you beautiful people. And remember, stay nasty.
My fries are cold.
Yeah, it's caught me off guard a little bit.
Yeah, my fries are cold.
That's not good.
I'm not happy with it.
No.
Because they're only good when they're hot. So, Texas had to go get some water. He had to cool down his demon ass. So, let's see. Where were we? Oh, here we go. So he had made claims to his own divinity. He became progressively more control. Apparently, I do suck at this. Progressively more controlling of his followers in People's Temple, which at its peak had over 3,000 members. Jones' followers engaged in communal lifestyle in which many of them turned over their income, their property, all to Jones and the People's Temple, who directed all aspects of community life. So following a period of negative media publicity and reports of abuse at the People's Temple, Jones ordered the construction of the Jonestown Commune in Guyana in 1974 and convinced or compelled many of his followers to live there with him. Jones claimed that he was constructing a socialist paradise free from the oppression of the United States government. By 1978, reports surfaced of human rights abuses and accusations that people were being held in Jonestown against their will. U.S. Representative Leo Ryan led a delegation to the commune in November of that year to investigate these reports while boarding a return flight with some former temple members who wished to leave. Ryan and 4 others were murdered by gunmen from Jonestown. Jones then ordered a mass murder-suicide that claimed the lives of 909 commune members. 304 of them were children. Almost all of them died by drinking cyanide-laced Flavor Aid. So
You almost claimed another one right now. If you guys can just see, I almost killed myself trying to sit down. I was like, oh.
And McDonald's is trying to kill me with cold fries.
I actually like cold fries.
Take them, they're gross.
No, I'm good. I don't want to eat while we're doing a show. I know you're hungry. I'm sorry.
I'm starving.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
So, does anybody want to get into the early life?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Go for it.
Oh,
Or do you want me to keep reading?
yeah. I wasn't prepared for this.
Okay.
I'm sorry. We are not prepared. See, man, we're just proving. Yeah, we suck.
God, Harley.
God, Harley.
Yeah.
You cursed us. And now we're sucking even more.
Actually, oh, I know who it was. It was Juicy Woosy Pants. It was Juicy Woosy Baby Pants.
So do you may pick up with early life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So James Warren Jones was born. Well, we already said this on May 13th of 1931 in the rural community of Crete, Indiana, to James Thurman Jones and Lynetta Putnam Jones. They were of Welsh and Irish descent. He and his mother both claimed to also have some Cherokee ancestry, but there is no evidence of this. Jones' father was a disabled World War I veteran who suffered from severe breathing difficulties due to injuries which he sustained in a chemical weapons attack. He had tried to augment his income by occasionally working on neighborhood road repair projects because the military pension he earned due to his wounds was insufficient to support his family. His father's illness led to financial difficulties, which in turn resulted in intense marital problems between Jones's parents. Now, in 1934, in the midst of the Great Depression, the Jones family was evicted from their home for failure to make mortgage payments. Their relatives purchased a shack for them to live in the nearby town of Lynn. The new home where Jones grew up lacked plumbing and electricity. While in Lynn, the family attempted to earn an income through farming, but again met with failure when Jones's father's health further deteriorated. The family often lacked adequate food and relied on financial support from their extended family. They sometimes resorted to foraging in the nearby forests and fields to supplement their diet. Now, according to multiple Jones biographers, his mother had no natural maternal instinct, and as a result, she frequently neglected her son, which again, I mean, with a lot of these people that have like these sociopathic type of tendencies and things like that, it seems like a lot of them have really bad mommy issues. So I
Yeah.
would not be surprised about that at all.
That's actually a very common factor. Most serial killers, it's always
Hmm.
usually a mother son issue,
Yeah, right.
or it,
A boy's best
And
friend
it
is his.
seems to display differently when it's like a dad issue. Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah.
it's more
Absolutely.
aggressive. There's more. It's weird. It's like it's more of a control issue when it's the father,
Hmm.
and it seems like a lot of the serial killers, when it's father issues, they go longer, and all the
Hmm.
ones with the mommy issues, it's like they berserk right away. I mean, look at Kemper.
Right.
He
Yeah.
berserked almost right away, and was just like, he killed his grandparents, went to prison, got out of prison, and within a year he killed 8 more people.
Right.
Yeah.
It does seem to escalate a lot faster, or at least that's how it seems.
Yep.
Now, when Jones started to attend school, his extended family threatened to cut off their financial assistance unless his mother got a job, forcing her to work outside of her home. Meanwhile, Jones's father was hospitalized multiple times due to his illness, and as a result, Jones's parents were frequently absent during his childhood. Although his aunts and uncles lived close by and gave him some supervision, Jones frequently strolled his town streets naked as a baby with no one to watch over him. So
Wow.
basically, even at a very, very young age, he was left to his own devices.
I was
Uh,
gonna say, wow, he's a latchkey kid. That's more than just a latchkey kid,
Oh
though.
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I was also gonna say, to be fair, we say that people with mommy issues go berserk. He did have a like 23-year run.
Mhm.
When he's a kid, he does do a lot of. He has a weird
Well, I mean,
infatuation
with the people's temple.
with death. He also turns around and he has major control issues. That's another thing with him. Because he doesn't want you to leave. We're probably gonna get into it right here coming up, but yeah, he doesn't want you. Even as a kid, he didn't want his friends to leave until he was done with them. And
Well, and that makes a lot of sense because, like, you would think somebody like this who is basically in this mindset of constantly craving some sort of attention because he didn't get any as a child. And again, I am not a psychiatrist or a psychologist, but
no,
just all the different serial killers and things like that that we've covered. I mean, you do start seeing certain patterns there.
Oh yeah.
But exactly like what Hexa said, his way of getting attention, it seems to me, was through good works, so to speak.
yeah,
And then when things started to escalate, and like you also said, when people started to leave and he didn't want that, that was, in my thoughts and in my opinion, the whole reason he took them out to Guyana is because it was basically like insulating them from any outside, interaction. He had them all to himself.
yeah. So, um,
So, go ahead.
I was gonna say, thanks. She was on another page. Sorry.
That's okay. Now, Jones was cared for by a female resident of Lynn, and they frequently invited him to their houses to give him food, clothing, and other gifts. Now, as far as like the early religious and political influences, Myrtle Kennedy, the wife of a Nazarene church pastor, developed a special attachment to Jones. She gave Jones a Bible and encouraged him to study it, teaching him to follow the holiness code of the Nazarene church. As Jones grew older, he attended services at most of the churches in Lynn, often going to multiple churches each week, and he was baptized in several of them. Jones developed a desire to become a preacher as a child, and he began to practice preaching in private. His mother claimed that she was disturbed when she caught him intimidating the pastor of the local
That was me.
Sorry. Okay.
Sorry.
Apostolic Pentecostal church. Apostolic.
Pasta. What?
The Pasta Pentecostal church. And she unsuccessfully attempted to prevent him from attending the church's services. Now, Jones regularly visited a casket manufacturer in Lynn and held mock funerals for roadkill that he collected. That is bizarre.
That's serial killer.
Bizarre. Then there's that.
I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're gonna see if it's coming up in the notes right now, but he would also he organized a field trip like with the kids, not like through the school, and they took a field trip to the local like funeral parlor and stuff like that. He had a major infatuation with death.
Really? With that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So, I have to say when they're saying he was practicing at home, being a preacher, I'm imagining Letterkenny,
I need to catch up with that show. It's
preacher. I'm just imagining when he was hanging out with the skids and going.
Akia is dancing right now, just for the visually impaired.
I am not dancing.
Kidding.
Apostolic.
A puss.
It's apostolic.
A pussy-tolic.
Yes. Yes, he did create a kingdom where he was king. You are correct, John. And hello, John.
Hello. So one neighbor of the Joneses family even stated that Jones killed a cat with a knife for one of these funerals, which I would not doubt at all. When he could not get any children to attend his funerals, he would perform the service alone. Now, Jones claimed to have unique abilities, such as the capacity to fly. He once leaped off a building's roof to demonstrate his ability to children into life-threatening situations and tell them that he was guided by the angel of death.
Okay.
Jones.
If only it had worked.
It sounded like God was trying.
Like, here, hold my beer, little Timmy. Watch this.
Hold my beer and watch this shit. Come on.
It sounded like God. It really sounded like God was putting thoughts in his head. Going, please just kill yourself
just
now.
Die so that we
We're
don't
gonna avoid
do
all
it now.
What's
Do
about
it
to
now.
happen. Ooh, wow. I cut my hair really short, and I'm pretty sure I just made a pom-pom on top of my head. So, for the record, this is how my dad used to do my hair when I was a kid.
The little pom-pom on top.
Yep. This is just how I'm just gonna roll with it, because every time he had the opportunity to do my hair, it was directly on top of my head. We'll just go with it tonight. Thank you, Dad.
All right. So Jones allegedly committed countless sacrilegious pranks in the church he attended as a boy. According to claims, he had made an adult life. He claimed that he had stolen the Pentecostal minister's Bible and had recovered and had covered Acts 2, chapter 2, verse 38, with cow manure. He also asserted that he substituted a cup of his own urine for the holy water once at a Catholic church.
Good for him.
It's messed up.
Extra tangy that day.
Yeah.
You did something, Jim Jones.
That is when he started wanting to put stuff in people's drinks.
I was about to say, yeah.
Yeah.
Need to say it.
He's
His
all,
true
hey,
point.
you know, I can keep people with me forever.
Yeah.
Huh.
I'll just substitute my urine for cyanide.
Let's see if they notice.
For circumstances, his neighbors reported that he was an unusual child who was obsessed with religion and death. One Jones biographer suggested that he developed his unusual interest because he found it difficult to make friends. Although, all I can think of is, although little Timmy was strange.
What was that joke?
Although
Was it-
little Jimmy was strange.
Was it? What was that joke? Was it? It was one of those like little Johnny jokes. It's like he ran in there and asked his mom, why is little Susie running around in a circle? And then the mom replies to him, "Shut up, or I'll nail your foot to the floor too."
For those of you that know me, I actually switched those to Little Timmy, but all the Little Timmy jokes are basically all the old Little Johnny
Oh
jokes.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
I think we need to go with little Jimmy now.
Jimmy.
The
Well-
Little Jimmy.
Okay, I'm sorry. This does not apply, but it does kind of apply because it was a little Johnny joke.
It was 100%.
So little Johnny, little Jimmy,
We
Little
already
Jimmy.
did.
asked his teacher a question. He said, "So, I have a question for you, teacher. There are 3 women eating ice cream. One of them is licking it like this,
Like what? Like how? Can you tell us how you're doing it?
just licking it, just
Describe
licking it,
Some people are
You
only
know.
listening. That's not fair.
gently licking it." Another one is just
Applying your tongue.
shoving the ice cream in their mouth, and the third one was taking bites out of it. And he said, "Teacher, which one is married?" And she sat there and thought for a moment and said, I guess the one that was nicely licking it." And little Jimmy goes, "The one with the wedding ring, gosh." But I like where your head is.
That one just popped up on Facebook on my feed again the other day out of nowhere. I hadn't seen that joke in
Did
forever.
it?
Yeah, I don't know why either.
That's funny. I didn't see it on my Facebook feed
me
either.
Yeah.
That's great. I didn't even see that on my feed.
Oh yeah, that's a classic. That's a great one, man.
Just
But I like where your head is.
might as well bring up I was about to say the dead baby jokes. I'm just kidding.
Oh God, let's not get started on those.
No. We are.
What's the difference between a Ferrari? Never mind.
No. The proper one is I'm not gonna actually tell it. What is the difference between a trampoline and a pile?
I don't have a trampoline.
No,
God.
I don't jump on my trampoline with boots on.
God damn it. Okay.
Okay.
And that's
All right,
when we
anyway.
lost our stars.
Although his do what?
Is it bad stars?
What?
Okay, although his strange religious practices stood out the most to his neighbors, they reported that he misbehaved in more serious ways. He frequently stole candy from the neighbors, from the merchants in town. His mother was then required to pay for his theft. Jones regularly used offensive profanity, commonly greeting his friends and neighbors by saying, "Good morning, you son of a bitch," or "Hello, you dirty bastard."
That just sounds like everyday banter for me. Shit.
My wife can go, "Good morning, you son of a bitch." I'll come back at it and surprise.
Jones's mother now did usually beat him with a leather belt in order to punish his misbehavior.
And then he'd say, "Good morning, you son of a bitch." And she's like, "What?" Hail Mary.
Come again? What?
He's all I did.
So Jones developed an intense interest in religion and social doctrine. He became a voracious reader who studied Adolf Hitler, Joseph Stalin, Karl Marx, Mao Zedong, and Mahatma Gandhi. Jones would tell his future wife, was it Marceline?
Marceline.
Mercedes.
Marceline,
Okay.
that Mao Satan? What?
I think that they were trying to say Mao Zedong, but I don't know why.
Mao Zedong was his hero. He spent hours in the community library, and he brought books home so he could read them in the evening. Although he studied different political systems, Jones did not espouse any racial political views in his youth. But as World War II started, Jones developed an intense interest in the Nazi Party. He was fascinated by their pomp, their cohesion, and Hitler's total power. The members of his neighborhood found it disconcerting that he exalted Nazi Germany. Jones acted as a dictator over the other kids, ordering them to goose step together and beating those who disobeyed.
Sorry.
Golly bum.
I don't know why I'm laughing at this.
Because it's fucked up. Because it's fucked up. That's why we're laughing at it.
I'm picturing the kid from Eurotrip. Remember when they finally got the Germany?
Oh my
and the little
God.
kid?
The kid running around. Oh,
In the background? In the background, you see it.
Does the mustache?
The term Nazi Party, because I remember the movie Tusk with Justin movie where they had a podcast. That was the whole premise of the movie, and it was called the NOTCSEE Party.
Mhm.
It's a Nazi party.
Yeah. I watched it again the other day, so it's like fresh in my brain.
Right there.
And this is, we're not making this shit up. I mean, a lot of this right here that we're looking at right here. This is from Wiki. I mean, it's been,
It's from Murderpedia, from Wikipedia, from
This is actual
various documentaries. This is all fucking true.
He got kids to goose step through corporate punishment.
But there's more. One childhood friend recalls Jones shouting Heil Hitler, and Heil Hitler, and giving the Nazi salute to German prisoners of war who were traveling through their town on their way to detention facilities.
Oh,
what the fuck?
Okay, never mind. He's just a fucked up person. Everything,
and it's a wonder. I mean, I guess because we're so used to like the internet and everything. Like, once something goes out on the internet, it's always there.
Yeah.
I mean, you can try to delete it, but it's always there. But how none of this came up,
right, Harley Quinn?
When he started these church, like the church and stuff. It's just, I mean, but back then it was a lot different. I mean, there was no way to record this kind of behavior.
Yeah.
So
also too, back then, a lot of the psychs and stuff like that, they more or less just try to ignore this stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
And just push them aside and just be like, hope for the best,
Good luck to you, Miss Jones, Mother Jones.
You have a good day, Mother Jones.
Mr. Jones and me.
The big stars,
Then flash forward to 1978. I really messed up.
You mentioned that song, and it's fucking funny because when I started writing for like No Sleep and Creepypasta, you had to change the title to your stories to make them like clickbait, to get people to click and actually read your fucked up stories, right? So I had this story called The Monster Under the Bed. That was like the original. No, it was just called Mr. Jones. That's what it was. But I changed it to Mr. Jones ... and me. And I went from a couple people having read this story to now hundreds of thousands of people have read it just because it said Mr. Jones and me. And then I got angry messages for like 6 months telling me that they read the story and now they can't get the song out of their head. But then the song story, and it's an infinite loop now because now that they hear this song out on the radio, they got to go read the story.
Then you have to be like, me and Mrs. Jones.
I'm just hoping to get some hate mail over the title that I of how I named this episode.
Well, apparently we got some kind of hatred.
Yeah, but
because Harley Quinn in Australia,
those are
is totally not Australia.
That was the exact same person that was what was it? There's another show when we were doing the campfire. Actually, I think it was when we were doing the campfire episode. I'm pretty sure it was the same person with a different name because the exact same spelling, saying the exact same things.
It makes me giggle when I see stuff like that.
The family ding dong. I don't understand how he has 3 published books, full of poetry because like I'm pretty sure my retarded cat can.
You went there.
Can actually.
Okay, we really are going to get hate mail now. You said the R word.
I'm sorry. It is an actual term.
So here's my
It
thing
is
with it.
an
Like,
actual
we don't
term.
use that
I've
term in our
never
house
heard it.
unless it's actually used by the actual dictionary definition. So I am okay with the dictionary definition of
That
that
is
word.
what I
every
meant.
single word.
Dictionary definition.
I was
Yeah.
laughing at it.
That's fine.
Okay, I'm not
Uh,
calling anybody that to be vulgar.
I'm just messing with you. I'm sorry. I'm just messing around.
Anyway,
You're the one that made it worse. Thank you.
commenting on his childhood, Jones stated, I was ready to kill by the end of 3rd grade. I mean, I was so aggressive and hostile. I was ready to kill. Nobody gave me love, any understanding. In those days, a parent was supposed to go with a child to school function. There was some kind of school performance, and everybody's parents was there but mine. I'm standing here alone, always alone. And that kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
You know, his need to be the center of attention.
Center of attention and make sure no one leaves. He never wanted anybody to leave at all.
I have sympathy to an extent as far as like, oh, my parents didn't show up to my events. Okay, but that does not lead to let me kill 900 people.
Well, you have to have sympathy for the very, very young
aspect.
Jim
Yeah, of course.
Very, very young. I mean,
of course.
He was also very. I mean, I was talking about the 900 people. He was very afraid of dying by himself, and he wanted to kill himself. So he got everyone else to do it with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then he pussied out at the end and just shot himself.
Well, yeah.
After hearing
well,
this
poison is a horrible way to go.
Yep.
I'm sorry, but I still can't get the sound of the screams out of my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's god awful. And if we do play it on here, I will warn all of you guys.
Oh yeah.
Before we do, because if you honestly, I can handle a lot. I watch a lot of fucked up shit. I mean, I have seen pink flamingos for God's sake.
We've all seen it.
I have seen Cannibal Holocaust.
Oh,
I have
Holocaust
watched Human
Faces and
Centipede
Traces of Death.
and Traces of Death, Faces of Death, Red Asphalt.
Yeah.
But I can't get the screams of these people out of my head.
It's fucked.
The screams of the children
Yeah.
that they injected. You can't get it out of your head. So if we do play the audio in a later episode, because there's going to be more than one episode of this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I will put a huge warning before that.
You know, we could probably put those tapes because there's a lot of them. And guys, they're like really long. They're like 2 hours long a piece, and there's probably 6 or 7 of them. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Actually, I thought it was wrong.
We could probably put those up also in the members only section.
Oh yeah, if you guys
for
would
people
like
just
to watch
to go
them.
listen to.
Yeah, I mean, the crazy part is when you listen to it. Aside from the psychotic words, you can hear the charisma. You can hear what got people to listen to him. And it's crazy considering all the words he's saying. My people, it's time. It is time for us to move on, all that kind of stuff. He's saying obviously completely psychotic stuff. But he is so charismatic about it.
Well, just like Manson, if you listen to some of his tapes and like some of his parole hearings and things like that, when he first opens his mouth, he makes a lot of sense. Like you can't really sit there and argue with him on some point. But the longer he goes, just like Jones, the longer he goes, the more bizarre it gets until finally it's just ramblings of a madman. That's all it is. Yeah.
I think I would have taken the chance to party with Manson. I'm not going to lie. It's a big chance. It's Russian roulette right there, but I probably would have done it. I would have played those.
You would have wound up with chlamydia.
You know what? I had a fun time.
Wind up with something in life. You know what I mean?
If that's all I ended up with, if I walked away from the Manson family with chlamydia, I'm going to take that as a win and a nice memory, and I survived.
Every time he burns, he's going to think about him fondly.
I'll never say one bad word about Charlie again.
Oh, where were we? I'm sorry.
I'm just about done.
Oh, okay.
All right, so Oh well, I'm just about done with the early years.
Okay.
So let's see. Tim Reiterman, or Ritterman, a journalist and biographer of Jones, wrote that Jones' attraction to religion was strongly influenced by his desire for family. Jones went to see the Kennedy family in 1942 when they spent the summer in Richmond, Indiana. They took part in services 4 times a week while attending a summer religious convention at a nearby Pentecostal church. When Jones returned to Lynn in the fall, he upset his neighborhood by explaining sexual reproduction in detail to young children. Jones's mother was.
Why did I laugh at that?
I don't know.
Come here, little Timmy. Let me tell you, but let Big Jimmy tell you about something.
Goes in this.
By the way, if you guys want to know Jim Jones's wiener size, he was hung.
Dog donut.
Hung like a hamster.
Nope. Opposite way.
Actually, for the size of a hamster's body, apparently it is quite large. So when somebody says hung like a hamster, it might actually be a
Let me get on
compliment.
that habit trail.
Now, Jones's mother was urged to control his behavior by many individuals in Lynn, but she refused. Many parents decided to keep their kids away from Jones as a result of the issue. He had established himself as an outcast among his friends by the time he started high school and was growing despised by the locals. So I guess the next part would be like his education and marriage.
Yeah,
If somebody wants to take over from there. So
I'm totally down.
okay.
So in high school, Jones continued to stand out from his peers, obviously. Jones, like, let's just,
you think?
yeah, think. Actually, before we get into this, so let's actually address some of the comments here.
Okay.
Beth, hold my beer while I kiss your girlfriend because she needs a real man and not a chump like you. Hold my beer because I'm laying on a mission. You don't see what you're missing, but I do. So hold my beer. All right.
All right.
I'm guessing lyrics.
I'm like,
Also talk to text,
If
and I
not, they are
translate.
now.
Mary said this water tastes familiar.
Okay.
Lol. So John Biggins says, could you say his parents were partly responsible for what he did?
visually, yeah. He wasn't. Well, no, I'm not visually. Like from what he saw, because he, because he wasn't abused by his mom. She was just weird.
No, he was neglected.
Well, he was
Neglected.
emotionally abused just from lack of any type
there
of.
There was no physical abuse.
But still,
No.
a lack of affection is still abuse.
No, it is. It is. I'm just saying there was no.
I'm not defending him, but
It was just one of those weird things that it's.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I've seen all 3. I couldn't help myself. As far the thing said that Beth had said, I've not seen the Centipede movie, but the other ones, yes. I've seen all the Centipede movies.
Have you seen the musical?
No, I have not.
A small college years back, after right before the second one came out, actually put on a full production and wrote it. It's called Human Centipede the Musical. You can find it on YouTube. It's fucking epic. It's hilarious. It's done tongue in cheek, obviously, but it's. I suggest.
I must watch. I think I'm gonna have to do a musical night. We'll do Cannibal the musical, and then Human Centipede the musical, and then we'll end it with Running for Your Life, Shia LaBeouf. He's brandishing a knife, Shia LaBeouf.
There is a licensed version of the Evil Dead musical on there too. I've not seen that. I've seen it live 3 times.
I'm not saying that I did.
You
but
left
I
out
did.
the genetic opera.
Oh, Repo.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah,
that has to be in there.
Yeah,
and Devil's Carnival.
But I just can't help myself with the sky is blue and all the trees are green. My heart's as full as a baked potato. I think you know exactly what I mean when I say it's a shpatoinkle day. I couldn't get the word out.
I love that.
So,
and by the way, if you guys ever watch South Park, remember when it has the Braniff thing? if you listen, it goes do 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 do. Yep.
It's
So
still the easy music after the credits too.
yeah. So John asked, or not said, I miss Manson. He was such an entertaining guy.
He was.
They should have had David Letterman interview Manson. That would have been
That would have probably been
interesting.
kind of cool.
You're right. But then it would have ended up something like the Joker.
Yeah, but see, all I can think of is like Manson up on Letterman's like little chair, you know, doing his like
The Dance Dance
Imagine
Revolution.
the comedy
yeah,
skits.
after a while.
He'd probably written some really good comedy skits for that though.
That would have been
Have you
great.
seen the girl who got the dance
Yes.
down? She did the
They got the
Manson
what?
thing. There's a girl on YouTube. After we're done here,
We'll show you.
We'll show you. But,
Okay.
she gets the dance down, and like she's actually got the video playing, and she's hitting every mark on.
She
on
created
time.
a Dance Dance Revolution version of it,
Yes,
and she's hitting all the stuff.
Was
on
it the Manson Mambo or something?
something like
So-
that.
yeah.
But she was doing it. It was like, she's good.
She was
Mambo number
great.
666.
She even did some of the faces.
Yeah.
Like,
See, it almost reminds me of Thriller. When he
right?
gets the-
I still know every step of that dance.
Definitely lyrics.
So quiet,
Thank
man.
you. All right, let's get back into this. Sorry. I wanted to get to the comments because, we said we would eventually.
One day.
So, in high school, Jones continued to stand out from his peers. Jones went by the nickname Jimmy.
Little Jimmy
Little
Oh,
Jimmy.
we forgot to
Jimmy.
mention so
during his
childhood-
youth. That's what it says.
his
Little Joe.
childhood,
God, here comes little Jimmy.
His childhood nickname. Did they say what it was? He went by. They called him Jimba.
Jimmy Lemon Ding Dong.
I just thought it was funny. Haha.
So, his nickname Jimmy during his youth, and almost always carried his Bible with him. Jones was a good student who enjoyed debating with his teachers. Yeah, that does not sound like a good student.
Was
I'm
he,
sorry.
So would he? If he
That sounds like the student I want to smack.
if Jones put the effort and time into it and really studied debating, would he become a master debater?
Master debater. Well, he also had a habit of refusing to respond to anyone who spoke to him first,
He's masturbating.
and only engaged in conversations when he started them.
You know how awkward it is for someone to talk to you while you're being a master debater.
Dance.
In contrast to his peers, Jones was known to dress in his Sunday church clothes every day of the week.
So on top of it being
Some people
fucking,
will only debate if people are watching them.
right?
Yeah.
So on top of being fucking weird, he was really fucking weird.
He
So
owned
his-
it.
He
Yeah.
just we own it. That was just extra. Okay.
No, I think
His religious
I think we
views.
lease it from Jim Jones.
No.
I'm just kidding.
So his religious views alienated him from other young people. He frequently confronted them for drinking beer, smoking, and dancing.
Alienated, you say, huh?
Alien Ant Farm? What?
Yeah.
At time, Annie, are you okay? Are you okay?
Are you okay?
Are you
Jimmy?
okay, Annie?
Jimmy,
Like
Jimmy, are you okay?
are you okay?
He's been hit by he's been struck by a smooth criminal. Wow. And I'm sober.
I'm not at all.
So, yeah, at times he would even interrupt other young people's events and insist that they read the Bible with him. Like, hey,
I
man,
bet
put
he
down
was
your beer.
so picked on. Could you imagine? Like, it was almost like self-destruction.
It was attention.
Like,
That's-
what can I do for people to pick on me even more today?
I mean, it was attention. He just wanted attention. It didn't matter whether it was good or bad at that point. He
Or
just-
negative.
He could have been a fucking porn star, man. You could have just went that route and not killed
I
anybody.
mean, if he wanted attention, he sure as fuck got it.
Sorry.
Whip it out.
I probably should not have eaten as much as I just did of that.
Wow. We got to get to a certain point, so it'll kick in soon.
You, is Scotty here? What?
Scotty doesn't know.
Scotty doesn't know. So Jones did not enjoy participating in sports because he detested losing.
You
No.
don't say.
So he
Except for
coached
boxing.
teams. So he was a coach for younger children
They
instead.
actually said he was a good coach. No joke.
Well, he was disturbed by the treatment of the African American. I don't know why this leads into it that way. Yeah, apparently he was a very good coach. And he didn't like losing, so
'Cause he was good
it's
at
not
grooming
even
people. That's why.
it's not even just like he loved to win. I'm gonna go with I'm going with Shorzy on this one.
If you
He
can't-
hated to lose. He didn't just love to win.
If you
He
can't win,
hated
don't
to
play.
lose.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't win, don't play. Ain't that right, Harley?
Quinn, Kwin, Quinn, if that is your real name.
That wins tonight.
Yeah.
I'm calling below that wins.
What? So Jones was disturbed by the treatment of the African American people who were in attendance at baseball games that he attended in Richmond, Indiana. The events at the baseball games brought discrimination against African Americans to Jones's attention and influenced his strong aversion to racism. That's a good thing.
Yay.
Jones did a good thing.
But he killed 900 people.
Yeah.
Boo.
Yay for one good thing. Boo for the rest of it. Jones' father actually belonged to the Indiana branch of the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Now I didn't know that.
Yeah, which enjoyed
But
considerable
he didn't know about
support.
racism until the baseball game.
Right? I guess the reality of it was that
They actually
his
did say-
dad didn't really take him to the Klan meetings,
Okay.
and
Like he would see things at home, or or something.
he didn't.
Well, and it sounds like his dad was probably more involved in that before World War One, because if it was
Yeah.
some sort of like mustard gassy type, what chemical was it they used a lot of? And I want to say it was
No,
some
it was
version
mustard
of
gas.
mustard gas.
That's
It
what
was
that-
mustard gas, yeah.
Had,
That burned
yeah,
his
it
lung.
had like it could damage your nervous system or something.
I've got
Yeah.
the black lung pops. I'm sober, guys.
For now.
So yeah, his father belonged to the Indiana branch of the Ku Klux Klan, which this is so phrased so
Just-
fucking poorly.
It
What?
is.
Which enjoyed considerable support in Indiana during the Great Depression. What the fuck? What the fuck, Indiana?
Wasn't it Woodrow Wilson?
I don't
was
know,
like-
but why would they phrase it which enjoyed considerable support?
What was that really fucked up movie that was the fucked up Ku Klux Klan like made back in the and like
don't
Woodrow
know, man.
Wilson? It was like the birth of a nation or something like that. It was absolutely just.
I don't
it's
know.
Terrible. It's evil, like evil.
Oh, I
as
imagine
fuck.
so.
But yeah, Woodrow Wilson like.
Oh my God.
Actually made it. I think.
Oh.
He made it like a national movie. Like the president of the United States at the time. It was like, that's how powerful the Klan was at one time. They were fucked up, man.
Calvin, we have a similar thing out here that happens. Okay, so a little bit of history lesson here. So the Klan was actually started in Pulaski, Tennessee, and it spread, as you guys all know, and it was very, very prominent in a specific political party. It had a very specific political affiliation in its origin. And it did spread pretty much everywhere. And they would go check white neighborhoods to make sure that the good citizens of that neighborhood were not catering to African American people. And Texas's mother and I have spoken of this because she experienced this in real life. She
That must have been
experienced
terrifying.
because her family was always kind to everybody. Didn't matter, what color the skin was. and they weren't allowed to have people of other races join them in their houses. And her father would face the television out the window and let them sit. They would all sit on the grass, and she would go out and join them and sit on the grass to watch TV. Well, the Klan showed up at their house one time and took her dad away with them to talk. And luckily, he came back. But it was very, very, very prominent.
There's
The
something
reason why I'm sorry, what?
I was gonna say there's something actually I don't talk about a whole lot. You guys know like a lot of my lineage. I've talked about it before. The big part of that in Tennessee, a lot of the core of that actually moved a little bit to an area of Tennessee called Crossville,
Yep.
Tennessee. I know this
I know where
because this is
Crossville is.
where a part of my family is in Crossville. They're very heavily involved high up the rank. Another odd part of that is there's actually quite a large Sicilian mafia front in Tennessee as well, oddly enough, and big chunks of that are combined. And that was
Which is so weird to me.
the farm that I used to talk about with the Model T Ford. I'd have to crank up to run the moonshine.
Yeah.
I had to deal with both sides of a lot of that. So we'd go from the reservation for part of the time we were down in that area over to the farm where all of that was happening. So it was very different. And it was one of those I would get looked at, some of us would get looked at, obviously not being 100% Caucasian. And it was just, the term I heard the most, and it's to this day one that just burns me up and just will make me punch someone is, "You're one of the good ones."
I
That
hate
is a
that term.
phrase that
I hate when
more
people
than
try to do
any
that.
I hate
phrase
that
in the
term.
world. But it's Tennessee, big chunks of it, especially in the smaller towns, were very much like exactly what we're describing to you guys. It was very much
I
that, and so many people saw that as a normal thing, an everyday way of life that no one questioned it. I mean,
so
I questioned it. A lot of
well,
people
of
did,
course.
and by the 80s and 90s, there was a lot of questions, and a lot of that has changed now, but there's
But
still a
even
lot of
I was gonna say, it seems like during the 80s is when it really started to decline,
I
like
think
exponentially, and then it just
the
continued to
80s is when
decline, thank God.
that's when the Klan lost that gigantic lawsuit where they millions, and it killed them.
well,
I
Good.
think that was it 80s or 90s? But that's
I
when
don't
I
there
think
was
it
a
was
lot
the
of
80s. It was, I think, towards the latter part of the 80s, if I'm not
they were
mistaken.
losing
Maybe the first part of
lawsuits.
the.
They were losing lawsuits left and right,
I
and it financially ruined them.
I witnessed something interesting that I never thought I'd see in California. There's skinheads and all kinds of stuff like that out here, but in Fullerton, the Klan actually leafleted like the whole area
I
with
haven't seen something like that in since I was
right,
young.
and they like legitimately
Thank
This
God.
is like
throwing them in the air and letting them just fall on the sidewalk. And this is a big college town, so people are gonna look on the ground and pick something up.
Yeah.
And then out here there is a area in this town, Oildale, that there is a bridge that says something very negative.
yeah, don't say that.
I'm not going to say it, but the reason I'm bringing it up is Calvin, I don't think I could bring up your comment.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
Just
probably.
read
But it says there was a sign at both ends of town where I was born in Ellettsville, and the side said,
Was it a
bad
sundown
word.
town?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Don't
they're
let the sun
they're used
set
to
on you
yeah.
here.
Those are known as sundown towns.
Yeah.
Those used to be, you'd find those a lot in different areas around the
Oh
world.
yeah.
The one out here in Oildale says not welcome.
Still?
No,
It's actually no, it's still on the bridge. I saw it.
someone wants to put it back up, but people.
That's awful.
Yeah, the crazy thing is actually Oildale actually has a good mix of people.
Now.
Well, it started in the early 2000s, but yeah, it's almost like the hipster side of town now. Like
it's getting gentrified.
in parts, yeah, but the
Yeah.
other parts, it's where Merle Haggard is from.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah.
there's actually something really interesting about this. So if you're super into horror, you're super into Lovecraft and things like that, and you want to know more about like racism and stuff like that, I would highly recommend reading the book and watching the TV show Lovecraft Country. They
Mhm.
go
Oh,
into
yeah.
a lot about racism and a lot
Oh,
actually about what you're talking about with the
that's a
sundown
good
towns and
show.
everything,
Yeah.
but with the premise that it'll make it not necessarily easier to watch, but if you have an interest in horror and Lovecraft, it's a good way to learn a little bit as
Yeah.
a starting point into learning more about actual history because
Yeah.
they don't
Oh,
teach
yeah.
a lot of this stuff in school these days. Like a lot of things are so heavily like, just cut out of everyone's education that it's a
They
good starting spot.
yeah, they
Well,
try
and I'll be
to
honest with you, like with horrors and stuff like that, I cannot stand because to me, horrors are supposed to be an escape. It's supposed to be, you know, like fearful situations but you're in a safe environment. When they get super political and it's like the whole movie could have been fine without any super political stuff in it. But that show was really good.
Yeah,
Like
and it
it
was
was
intended
a
to be
good,
that way in the
yes,
book.
exactly. It was not thrown in there for some sort of shock value or some sort of like,
It was done very
yeah.
intelligently and
social
just
signaling or anything. It was
Oh,
actually
yeah.
part of what the series was about, and it was phenomenal. It
it
was really
was.
good.
By the way, Beth says that the movie, she thinks it was called Mississippi Burning.
I'm familiar with that one. Yeah.
Um, so, sorry, I guess I'll jump back into this, and then this will be where we end for the night
Yeah, well,
before we get to the
I do. We'll get into the People's Temple next episode.
yeah. So, this ultimately actually led to a major disagreement between Jones and his father about race. And they ended up not speaking for many, many, many years as a result of his father forbidding one of Jones's African American friends from entering the home. Ultimately, Jones's involvement in organizing baseball leagues and ended when he callously murdered a dog in front of players by dropping it from a window.
Yeah.
We don't need
Well,
this anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
nope.
Wow.
Yep. So it is very interesting how it's like fuck racism, but also fuck this dog in particular.
Yep. I mean,
What? Like I was
you're
totally
probably
with
right.
you to a certain point here.
This is
Like he does.
I think
these
you're
thi-
breaking up.
Yeah. Sorry, Raz. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me better now?
Not really.
No idea what's going on. It's weird.
Try wiggling your cord.
Did that change
Don't
anything?
Don't wiggle it too hard.
well, we're almost done. Here, so.
Remember, if you wiggle it more than twice, you're playing with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
We can hear you.
Oh,
better.
now that's good. That's good.
I don't know what you
Excuse me.
did.
I didn't do anything. I didn't touch anything. I just
It's kind of been
looked
going
at the
in and
board
out
and
here
it
and there.
worked.
Don't move.
Okay, I know why it's
Perfectly
going.
still.
Don't move.
It's the port it's plugged into, probably.
Okay.
Go to sleep.
Penny for your thoughts.
Rockin' and
All right,
rolling.
we gotta get done. I gotta get this episode uploaded because I'm a few days late.
So, do we need to
Are you
test
pregnant?
you?
Ooh, Pregante. Pregante dance.
Pregante.
I ain't had my
You will sit
period
and eat Darth Magnus.
since I got pregnant.
How to find out pregnant?
Okay, so in 1945, Jones's parents separated and they eventually divorced. Jones moved to Richmond, Indiana with his mother, where he graduated from Richmond High School in December of 48, early with honors. Jones and his mother lost the financial support of their relatives following the divorce. So, to support himself, Jones began working as an orderly at Reed Hospital in Richmond in 46.
They said he was amazing at this. Like
Yeah, he was well regarded.
He would take on the jobs like that other orderlies would not do, like changing diapers, not like adult diapers, stuff like that, changing bed linens, pans, everything. And they said he was also very
Except
they said he was also very caring with people. They said he was also very caring with people who just literally lost their loved ones like a second ago and could like console them and
Well, because they
help.
needed somebody. He felt
Yeah.
needed, probably.
And then he'd
But-
throw
That's
a
right,
dog
so a
off
lot of that
out of a
was.
window or some shit.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry for your loss. Woo!
It goes back to the days where he thought
Where'd
he
you
was
get my
balling.
dog? He went and got the dog well then and then brought it back.
Reminds me of the
Right?
way Jeff just throwing the apples out the window.
I don't know. That was even funnier pixelated. No, I just heard in a very pixelated
Sorry,
voice,
Raz.
he threw the dog out the window. Like, but it was all.
Threw the dog on the window.
UHF, man.
God damn it! I want to say the line tonight
Hey,
at
we're gonna
9.
teach poodles how to fly.
Today we are going to teach poodles how to fly. Don't worry, they'll learn soon.
Almost.
Turtles.
Ain't no stinking natures.
Nature's suction cup.
I thought that was Angelina Jolie.
She is also nature's suction cup.
But for a different reason.
Yeah.
So Jones was well regarded by the senior management, but staff members later recalled that Jones exhibited disturbing behavior towards some patients and coworkers. Jones actually began dating a nurse in training named Marceline Baldwin while he was working at Reed Hospital.
Gave her the old Jim Jones special, right?
Apparently.
The little
Jones
Jim.
moved to Bloomington,
special already.
Indiana, hung like a hamster, in November of 48, where he attended Indiana University in Bloomington with the intention of becoming a doctor, but changed his mind shortly thereafter. During his time at university, Jones was impressed by a speech with which Eleanor Roosevelt delivered about the plight of African Americans, and he began to espouse support for communism. I don't know how Eleanor Roosevelt turned into a support for communism, but hey, cool. And other radical political views for the first time. Jones
Well,
and Baldwin.
communism doesn't normally like everybody. That's what
Yeah.
I find bizarre.
Yeah,
Anyway, go
yeah,
ahead.
that is very strange too. Well, Jones and Baldwin continued the relationship while attending college, and the couple married in June of 49, June 12th, 49. Their first home was in Bloomington, where Marceline worked in a nearby hospital while Jones attended college. Marceline was Methodist, and she and Jones immediately fell into arguments about church. Jones had strong opinions about the Methodist Church and their racial segregationist practices, which put an early strain on their marriage. Jones insisted on attending Bloomington's Full Gospel Tabernacle, but eventually compromised and began attending a local Methodist church on most Sunday mornings, despite attending churches every week. Jones privately pressed his wife to accept atheism.
That is the crazy thing about all
That's a big flip, isn't it?
Interesting.
Well, he actually they were actually saying that he was probably atheist from
whole
the very start, from being a kid on.
He just liked the idea of church, the idea
The
that people
family.
yeah, because
Well,
it
it
was
gave
people
him
standing.
It's control.
Basically, it was one guy standing in front of all of these people who continually like just eat up every word that you're saying.
Mhm.
And so you have this entire congregation just staring at you for an hour, hour and a half while you talk and you teach them. So I can see how somebody like Jones would definitely be attracted to the idea, those aspects. But I could also see how he would definitely be an atheist throughout this entire thing, because
Yeah, makes sense.
yeah, it's just a control factor. After attending Indiana University for 2 years, the couple relocated to Indianapolis in 51. Jones took night classes at Butler University to continue his education, finally getting a degree in secondary education in 61. In 51, the 20-year-old Jones began attending gatherings for the Communist Party USA in Indianapolis. Jones and his family faced harassment from government authorities, for their affiliation with the Communist Party during 52. In one event, Jones's mother was harassed by the FBI in front of her co-workers because she had attended a communist meeting with her son. Jones became frustrated with the persecution of communists in the U.S. Reflecting back on his participation in the Communist Party, Jones said that he asked himself, how can I demonstrate my Marxism? The thought was, infiltrate the church.
And that's
We'll leave it at that.
we'll leave it at that.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's a good place to leave it.
So next episode will be a week from this Thursday,
Hmm.
and we will be on time. I'm just kidding.
And maybe we won't suck this time.
We won't
Oh
suck
my
at all.
God. Apparently, I
gotta
can
take my
say-
anti-suck medicine.
I will try to say apostolic.
Apostolic. You know, like an apostolic.
Pasta.
Pasta socialism.
The pasta.
Rastafarian.
A pussy. What?
Pussy socialism. Aren't they all? So
Does
Yes,
that mean we
thank
have to? We all have to share the same one?
The same
no,
pussy.
I think that would be
No.
pussy communism.
that would be my ex-wife. That's all my ex-wife right there.
I think everybody shares hers except for us.
It's like the scene in Dusk Till Dawn where you summon all the different kinds of pussies, like apple pie pussy, but it's like communist pussy. Should have been like what?
Buy one pussy, get a second one for equal or lesser value for 1 penny. If you can find a better deal somewhere else, fuck it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Bye.
Bye.
Fuck it.